Hello, beautiful beings. Ancients, record this video for me, please. See, I've already recorded a few just now, but I didn't ask the ancients to do it for me. And still, at times, my mind tries to jump in there as I am recording the video, and my mind wants to just make things more complicated than they are. And when I ask the ancients to do it for me, it simplifies everything. It really does. When I go clean the lake house this morning, when I get there, first thing I'll do is say, ancients, please clean this house for me. And I'm just like, thank you so much. Obviously, I'm the one that's physically doing it, but it changes the way I'm seeing it and feeling about it. The lake house is a really big job. And I've found that when I don't ask them to help me do it or ask them to do it for me, I just feel miserable, and I'm battling with thinking about how much more I have left to do instead of being just present in the moment. And I swear it just takes so much time off of my cleaning when the ancients are doing it for me. So my intuition is, it just seems extra loud lately. On Monday, I woke up at 6 a.m. hearing, don't go to work today. And I was just like, oh, that'd be really nice. And I just kept hearing it. And I said, okay, I won't. Just please let me go back to sleep for a while. So I did. And then when I woke up, I messaged my client and said that I needed to rest my back. And she said, feel better. So I did that. And then this morning I woke up and my grandson was going to help me clean the lake house. And I started hearing around 6 a.m. for some reason. It was like 5:55. His stomach is hurting. He's not going to be able to help you today. And I was just like, oh yeah, okay. Yep. That feels very true. Even though he's young, he has an ulcer and he's very allergic to, they're saying that his ulcer has healed up almost completely now, but he has allergies to a lot of different things. And he has to take these different enzymes and different things. And if he skips doing it, then he regresses. And he's been really, really stressed out lately because his best friend's brother just died. He was only 19. And yeah, just a lot of grief, different things going on in his life. And so after I got up, my oldest daughter, which is my grandson's mother, she messaged me and told me that his stomach was hurting and that he was crying this morning because it hurt so bad. And I was just like, oh, yep, there it is. There's the validation. And so I messaged him and told him that you need to just take care of yourself. And that's why you're working with me, so you don't have to feel pressure on yourself. You're healing in many different ways. And he just now messaged me as I was making this video. And I said, and he was just like, oh, okay, thank you. I love you too. And he said, let me know, if there's another clean coming up. And I said, there's one on Saturday. So, hopefully he'll take really good care of himself until then. And of course, his mommy takes really good care of him too. And, I mean, he's 16, but everybody needs their mommy. I get to go see mine tomorrow. Hi, Ocean. I'm so excited to see you. I've been working so much that I haven't got to see her. And it's just really important because, I mean, just besides being my mother, she's just one of the best friends I've ever had. Really, she is. She's so amazing. She's just an incredible person. Anyway, okay. So just a few minutes ago, I love feeling overwhelmed by love. Just a few minutes ago, I was talking to Moonstar, and she has this man that really likes her, but she doesn't feel that way about him at all. And we were talking about what she could say to him, and because it's important to take care of those things right away instead of putting them off. If it's up, then it needs to be addressed. Because if it's up, it's going to get to a point where we can't sleep. it's up. So, so I said, ancients, make it plainly obvious what she should say to this guy. And because we don't want to hurt people's feelings, but we don't need to let them think every single day that there's a chance either. And so she went her way, and I came back in my tiny home, and all of a sudden, just the perfect words came in. And it was, what were they? Although I'm not looking for anything romantic, it would be nice to have another friend. And I ran out of my camper, and she wasn't back to her house yet. And I said, oh my gosh, Dad, Moonstar, this is what just came in. And I said it to her, and she goes, oh my gosh, that's exactly what just came in for me too just now. That is exactly what just came in. And we both got thrill bumps on our arms. You know, people usually call them goosebumps. But I asked the ancients one day what they are, and they said that they're resonance bumps or thrill bumps. And we did. We both had them. And so it's just, oh, just so magical. Just so magical. And we just stood there just in awe of what just happened, because it just comes in so clearly. And there's this letting go of the old ways of thinking and being and doing all that stuff. It's incredibly painful. It's the ascension process. And there's in-between spaces, I call it the hallway with the lights busted out, where it seems like things are stagnant, we're stuck, we're not getting anywhere. But that has a lot to do with the serpent mind. It has a lot to do with this lower force, these lower energies that try to keep us stuck. And yeah, a lot like this energetic quicksand. But, you know, if a person just doesn't give up, and what is giving up look like, ancients? It looks like, well, one, suicide, because things really can get that bad. Especially in the beginning years of the ascension process, people don't understand what we're going through. My mind was so crazy before I had the awakening experience. My mind was so crazy, but after I woke up and then was able to access presence, remember how to access presence, and then I would go unconscious again. When I would go unconscious again and go with those thoughts that I just had always automatically went with my whole life before, it was worse than before my awakening. That may seem very discouraging, but it's okay. Like, I understand it, and there's lots of people on the planet that understand that people are in that place. I feel that my grandson is in that place, and he needs understanding more than anything. There are a lot of people that don't understand us, but those people fall away very rapidly, especially in the beginning of our ascension. People that we thought that were supposed to be in our lives forever fall away because they were only feeding the persona, the person that we thought we were. And there was a certain type of contract to keep us stuck to them. And when I woke up that day with Muji, I mean, it was one after another were dropping away, lifelong, from people from my childhood were falling away, and I just didn't understand it. But the person that I thought I was also falling away. So what giving up looks like is, yeah, that one. And then so sure, okay, so one lower nature thought that has tried to get me many times through this ascension process is I want a mate. I really want a mate. Well, what giving up looked like to me, although I learned so much and I really needed to go through it, I know another paradox, there's many, would be to get on another dating site and look for a mate. That's going with the mental construct. That's going with my thoughts. I wouldn't even dream of doing that now. I did speak about it not a couple days ago, a week or so ago. And I was just like, that is absolutely ridiculous, because I was feeling like I wanted a mate. Well, the divine has the perfect mate for me. And the more I work on myself, the better person that I will attract. So giving up looks like doing self-defeating behaviors. Like for me at this point in my life, that would look like smoking pot again, or drinking, or not working out, giving up completely on working out and saying, whatever, I'm a middle-aged woman now. This is just the way it is. No, I refuse. I will not give up, because I am becoming the person that I've always been meant to become. And what along with becoming that and being unconditioned, comes everything I've ever wanted and things that I couldn't even imagine. I mean, my life is getting better and better and better. And I know that you agreed with me about finding a new place by fall, because it's going to be winter and I can't live in my camper. They're like, yeah, you do need those agreements because you can't live in your camper. But everything works out. I will not worry about it. I absolutely won't. I know when I was going through the transition from the last place I lived to coming out to Moonstar's property, I didn't know where I was going to go. And I kind of felt the pressure building, and I had a freak out day. I recorded a video about that. I said I wasn't going to worry, even if it was 3 days before I was supposed to move. Well, that ship sailed. And that's okay. I made a video. I felt better. And then that morning, I called Moonstar and I asked her if nothing came about before it was my move out date, could I please come and stay out here? And she said, yes, of course. Please don't hesitate to ask me that. Please promise me that you're not going to not ask me things if you really need to. And so I promised her, and it's just going so well. I really feel at home here and loved and supported, and yeah, it's great. I feel less isolated than I have. She moved my camper to a different spot, and so now I'm just seeing meadows and the mountain, and my reception is much better also. So I'm not feeling as isolated. So trusting our intuition it just takes practice, and having a guide to guide us into seeing and learning how to do that is very important. And that's what the ancients and myself are for. So I'm going to go clean now, and the ancients are going to do it for me. I've already asked them. And Moonstar, when we were standing out there talking earlier, she said, do you agree that the lake house isn't going to be very dirty? I said, I agree. Even though my mind wanted to get in there before I said I agree, because I know 4 adults and 4 children stayed there. So more than likely all 6 beds are going to be used. But I said, yes, I agree. And then I said, 4 adults and 4 children stayed. So all the beds are going to be used. And we started laughing. But see, that agreement that we made there's magic in it for some reason. I don't really understand it, but it works. And that's all I really care about. So, saltsongwithmamaG@gmail.com. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and for your nice comments or questions. Love you so much.